There would be those who would wonder about the consciousness of God. And how is it that such a high vibrating attitude could ever be presented in 3D? And so we again tell you that this is the puzzle of what you see happening now. That those who have come here designed to be the teachers would have the attributes needed to do what you are hearing now are the ones that become the spiritual translators. And they're in the room. And we know who they are. And it goes beyond those who would channel, right into those who would teach. It goes to those that call themselves in this room healers. For they have the same task as the channeler of the teachers. And that is translating a perceptual, metaphorical message into 3D practicality. The healer stands before that person who comes before them. And their intellect knows that a 3D level only half the story. And the discernment of their higher self and the energy that pours to them, which we call channeling, gives them the rest of the picture. Where to touch, what energies to develop, whether to be soft or energetic. The teacher stands before the piece of paper, which is empty, and asks, what is next? And on the paper starts to flow the information for the next sermon. And that's channeling. The one who sits in the chair empties their mind accordingly and does not give God a laundry list of things that are wrong in their lives. That's the one that gets the answers the fastest. The wise one knows that God is always with them and knows all of the things that have occurred in their life. Right up to the point they sat in the chair. We say it again, blessed is the one who is quiet and says, dear God, tell me what it is I need to know. Without a bias, without a prejudgment of what they think the answer might be. And that's when it flows in. And sometimes the answer is simple. Dear one, if you come to that point, that precipice, and you need answers so badly and you want to hear the numbers or the words, don't be disappointed if all you get is a hug. And my partner said it, that is an answer. And the answer when you get a hug is that practical answers are on the way. You're going to get them, you're going to see them. Synchronicity will bring them in the process. Relax. Without the relaxation of that, you will make decisions that'll get in the way of the synchronicity that will occur. Therefore, the hug is an answer, isn't it? That you're not alone. But you're never alone. This entire seminar, this entire day has been about perceptual communication. information about the alignment of 2012 right down to what my partner calls a quantum perception has been everything he has been told to do. And through synchronicity, he has been given the teaching points. And this is the way it works. Whether it's an author on stage, or whether it's a mom with her kids, the answers come in these ways. The mother loves their children so much, wants to see them with wisdom the children don't necessarily have yet. Doesn't want them to make the mistakes they made. I want to tell you there are answers in that. There are answers in that. Teach the children what you know about God. That's the answer. Don't teach the child what was wrong with what they did or what's wrong with what you did. Don't teach the child necessarily the lineage of mistakes you made. Instead, look in the child's eyes and say, I want to tell you what I found. And it's most important to me that goes beyond any generation gap that ever existed. I found God in me and you got it in you. You can find it any way you want. But it's going to keep you out of trouble. It's going to keep you wise. And innately you'll know what to do at the times when your parents are not around. You couldn't give a child anything better than that. This is quantum teaching. The word quantum used in a popular way, meaning that which appears to be nonsensical randomness has purpose and there is a system to it. You can't see the logic of it because it's out of your dimensional perception. So I want this to be a message today, the core message, one that gets published, about perception. I want to show you how human beings perceive God in an old and a new energy, and how God perceives humans. Pieces and parts of all this been taught now for 21 years. We put it together so you can hear it yet again. All together, perceptual message. Human beings are changing the way they think. But it cannot change unless you get out of what you would call the survival instinct of 3 dimensions. For within the reality that you claim is all there is the box you put God in. And that gets in the way of everything you do. Think about these things. All of these years, what humans do with energy. When you feel something that is not part of your reality, it disturbs you. And you do one of 2 things with it. You either worship it or you condemn it. Very few human beings absorb it. Because it's frightening, is it not? It is not in the box of the reality that you would expect. If a miracle happens, what do? Thank you, God, you said. All of the credit, therefore, goes to a divine power you cannot understand, which is beyond all things explainable. And if something goes bump in the night, it's the devil. It's evil. Now let me expand your box for a moment. What if all closing in your box, you build a bigger box. If that suits you, do it. Take the box and double its size and include energies you don't understand in the smaller box. And here is the invitation. Spirit is having fun. Sound from heaven. The next time you get an unusual healing, something that happens out of the normal, something that you might even label as typical spontaneous remission, which isn't, why don't you say, thank you inside the Creator, which allowed this to be manifested. Why don't you say, I am powerful in that I am a piece of God, and all of these things I give thanks for, in the name of who I am, a creative piece of the universe, learning to expand my energy. And when something goes bump in the night, you might consider that it's part of a system of energy, for we have told you that all energies that are produced on the planet stay here. All good things, all bad things in your purview. If there was a dramatic moment